snapped.
Oh, you talking about that? Yeah.
Yeah. But that would lead to an argument. So we're not going to go there today.
Big mistake.
No. I don't want to put nobody out there.
Cleveland! This is for you! Oh!
Oh, he just left.
Oh, well,
he's having
you keep
issues.
somebody out the studio.
He's having he having issues with his computer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, what's that in the camera, Dr. Legend?
Dr. Legend, what you got over there?
Some Jameson.
Oh.
Aha. He has not been paid for that.
Right. Come on, man. Jameson ain't paying us, man.
Not yet. Not yet.
Right.
Not yet.
That's how you get
Look
paid.
at that. I make it look good too.
They'll be calling you soon.
Yeah. Trying to get that ad money.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So what was the issue? Oh, we live? I'm sorry, never mind.
We are live. You're good. Go ahead.
What was the issue? What was the issue on the mental health issue? I'm curious.
Ongoing debate we have in our personal group chat about it goes back to Simone Biles, when Simone Biles had her issues in the summer, and when she, stepped back. And some of us believe that it was justified, and sometimes you got to put your mental health first, and other of us believe that it's just an example of being a wuss.
Or
traumatized.
I think the word selfish also came up.
That young girl traumatized.
Right. We're not allowed to be traumatized.
Yeah.
There was more. I thought there were more girls that was trained by that guy that came out and said the same thing that she said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't just her. It was several women. But
but she got all the attention because of who she is.
Right, and because she chose not to compete. Some people, remember people were questioning her. Was she truly a champion? Was she truly?
Right.
So then when it happened again this morning in a completely different sport, and, some of the things Mikaela said was, she really didn't want to ski anymore, but people kept saying, do it for us, do it for your country, you're the best. And so then when she failed twice, she fell, I think Sunday was the first time she messed up, and then she messed up again today. And she just sat on the side. And she said, she was just saying, I put 15 years of blood, sweat, and tears, and was it worth it? And she just had a total meltdown, after, and you get to the point where you snap. So
right.
Yeah, they train hard all year just for that one event. And then in that one event, they got so much ride on their shoulder. They got a whole country. And not even, I mean, their supporters. I mean, they got their close ones, their close loved ones on their shoulders. But then you still got to realize that they out there for they represent their whole entire country.
Right.
Let's not remember the endorsements that they got to make their money on. You know what I'm saying? So that's added pressures or whatever. Yes. And so you aiming to be perfect on every leg of every race. So I mean,
not bad.
So it makes sense for somebody to have a nervous breakdown if they was to fail. I mean, that's tough.
Exactly.
That's tough
to watch. I mean, and then the competition kept going because she wouldn't move, so she's sitting on the side of the.
She just chilled on the sideline. Yeah, they didn't stop.
She put her head down.
They kept going with her.
Yeah, they had to keep going. They had no choice to stop though. They had to keep going.
I mean, she wasn't in the way. She was on the side.
Okay.
And so people went up to her and tried to console her and hug her, and she just wouldn't move for 20 minutes.
Oh,
wow.
But now, if you like a heart of a champion type person, and you feel like you know what a champion, what it takes to be a champion, then you all over her and saying, nah, she ain't no champion, she ain't got the heart, blase, or whatever. You should be able to handle that if you want to be a champion. Real champions go through real champion things, and they might consider that champion things, and she got to overcome it. That don't mean she's soft though. It's just that's tough, man. Mental health is just one of those
mental illness is real.
Yeah, it's just one of those. What exactly is it though? You know, like,
It's so many different things. So you
it's
can't just
crazy.
say it's one thing because it's so
Right.
many different things.
It could be anxiety, depression,
Mm-hmm.
anger.
Of both. You know,
Yeah.
it could be what affects me doesn't affect you, which affects her, which you know what I'm saying. So
We can all agree. We can all agree in the last segment with BJ going through his little soliloquy about Valentine's Day that he was suffering from a little bit of mental illness. I mean, he was like, I mean, we don't know though. You know what I'm saying? That's just my point. We just don't know. You know. All right, I'm done. I quit.
No, but I missed the story. Not that y'all got to repeat it, but did this happen today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Winter Olympic Games. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, nice segue, Charlamagne. The GOAT snowboarder is retiring after this Winter Olympic Games. Shaun White.
Yes.
Shaun White.
Yeah.
He's retired. Remember BJ, we mentioned him in that athlete conversation, Tom Brady. Yeah, so absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think he's favored this time, so I'd be curious.
It was a lady who won 2 gold medalists, Chloe Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe Kim was the first.
I told BJ and Big C to watch Chloe Kim. She is a beast.
Oh yeah. But did she
she won a gold medal.
She won 2 of them.
She won 2 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one already?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She just performed yesterday though. I thought it was supposed to be. Oh, all right.
She the first one to win. No, she the first one to win 2 gold medals in half pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I saw her do her trial run, but I didn't know they had the finals already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
And then you got Nathan, the ice skater.
Yeah, he got to go. Didn't he get go too?
Yep.
Not yet, but he got the highest score ever in a short program the other day. Like no one has ever scored higher than him because he does a lot of quadruple.
Oh yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So it was like,
hey, y'all should have seen that man. Oh my God. I'm over here like, yeah, I ain't never doing that. Change the channel.
He's another one. So 4 years ago, he crumbled under the pressure a little bit. He fell. And so this is kind of his redemption. But he's no less a champion because he fell.
What you say?
He's no less of a champion because he fell.
I didn't say that. Nobody is saying that. I'm just saying he faced an obstacle and he came back from that obstacle. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes you get obstacles and you got to hurdle them, go around them, go through them, whatever it takes. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but in his mind though, it shouldn't have happened right there though. You know what I'm saying? They practice for perfection, you know. So
I agree. I agree. No.
So if you know you're gonna fall though, if you know you're not on your game and you say, you know what, I'm not gonna do it, are you also not a champion?
I feel like it's got a Simone Biles kind of feel to it, huh?
Yeah.
Only if it's not a team event. You don't quit during the team event. Individual walk off. I'm done. There was a team event that they skated on. I don't know all the ice skating stuff, but there was a team event. They all competed as a team. So as a team, you power through. Individually, you like, all right, I'm done after the team event. All right, beat it, scram. But the team event, you got to power through for the team. You got to take one for the team. That's what team is.
What team? There is no team. Nah, I'm joking.
So is it also being a team player if you know you're not all the way on your game and you bring your whole team down?
Swords are double-edged, man.
Now, that's an excellent point. If the coach had said, yo, you're screwing us. You need to sit this out. Like
Think about Baker. Think about Baker.
Like your Baker. Yo,
Just do it.
Back to Cleveland. If that was the case, if the coach and the team decided, yo, you're hurting us right now, step away, then that's the coach's team decision. That's different. You just say, yeah, I'm out. I'm done.
Sometimes you got scared coaches who don't do the right thing and play the player anyway, and they hurt the team.
Look,
That sounds like a bigger race.
I just believe you power through.
Sorry, Stefanski.
All right, so BJ, what we about to do is power through to this Cavs debate. Yeah, show them Cavs t-shirts. Yeah. Speaking of which, the Cavs played in a basketball game tonight, y'all.
They did.
And we won.
And they won. And they won. They won. They are now 34-21.
What?
Coming into the season, they were predicted to win by like ESPN odds or the ESPN win-loss prediction. No, 23. 23.
For the whole season?
They're already at 34, and we're not at the All-Star break yet. Already at 34. So they're going beyond expectation. And I'm gonna keep shouting out JB Bickerstaff and Kobe Altman.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, Kobe Altman, hint, 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 hint. He made a trade a couple days ago. He made a trade. He got a young man named Caris LeVert from the Indiana Pacers. What's actually funny about getting Caris LeVert, the Cavs were a part of that 3-team trade when James Harden went to Brooklyn, and then we got Jared Allen, and then and Caris LeVert went to Indiana. Now we have Jared Allen and Indiana. So the Cavs by far won that trade because James Harden also wants to leave Brooklyn. So the Cavs won that trade, and then they just won this trade with Indiana. So yeah, Kobe Altman, shout out to Kobe Altman. They're doing great. And what's important about Caris LeVert is the Cavs, they had some injuries. Sexton and Rubio both got hurt. 2 other scorers, 2 other playmakers. And they were 27th in driving and finishing to the rim. But Caris LeVert is top 10 in that statistic. So it's just another good move. You're feeling the need, another playmaker, another scorer. So my question to the panel, for all of you guys, what does this trade mean for Colin Sexton? Before you answer, Colin Sexton is looking for an extension. End of his rookie contract is coming up. He'll be a restricted free agent. And Caris LeVert has 2 years left on his deal. My bad, BJ. My bad. I had to show the question though, at least for a minute. For a hot second. But yeah, you definitely were blocked off. But
that's okay. That's okay. They're not missing none. Dr. Reggie's still in the mix, so good.
So Caris LeVert has this season and next season left on the deal. Colin Sexton could possibly go on next season, depending on what happens. So again, what does this trade, us getting Caris LeVert, mean for Colin Sexton? Go ahead, Marley Ma.
Marley Ma says that one of the problems was that Colin Sexton, was looking for like a max contract. And I'm sorry, the Cavs are doing so well with him on the bench that it's not looking like he's going to get a max contract from the Cavs. And then with this trade, Colin Sexton, you might just be on your way to play for the Hawks. Isn't that where you're from, Atlanta?
The Hawks. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. He is from that
area. Trae Young? Okay, cool. But Trae Young
So, who's next?
Charla, what does this trade mean for Colin Sexton?
So I feel like the Cavs are loaded with guards, like loaded with guards. And I feel like LeVert is going to be a starter, which means Sexton would have to come off the bench. And I listened to his coach, one of his coaches yesterday, say he's not going to come off the bench. He is a starter in this league. He's going to go somewhere where he's a starter. So even one of his coaches agrees that he's probably played his last game in Cleveland. And I never felt like he completely gelled with Darius. I mean, maybe this year they were headed there, but it was always something that didn't connect. And this just may be the best time for him, a peaceful parting, go be better somewhere else. And it's nothing against him.
It'll all just flow. It's the end of your rookie contract.
I just don't think there's enough room for everybody, and somebody's going to have to go. I think Rubio's going to end up coming back. They bought out his contract, but he's a free agent this summer, and I think they're going to bring him back.
Ooh, look at smart. Ooh.
Hey.
He's coming back, so again, you can't have a team full of guards. So I think Colin's going to end up being the odd man out. I feel bad, though. He couldn't play during this renaissance. Like, this has been an awesome year. He's been on the bench. He's been a team player. He's been cheering. He's been right there with them. I wish he could be part of it because he played here for so long. But
yeah,
I think he may be moving on, and best luck to him.
Ooh, let me follow that up. Good stuff, though. Good stuff, ladies. Good stuff. The team and Colin Sexton, his first couple years here, the team always had an issue with his unselfishness or selfishness, lack for a better term, because of the way he just handled himself, being ball dominant and not trying to play team basketball. And you see it. Soon as he got hurt, who took off? You mentioned it, Charlamagne. Who took off? He's an all-star this year. Darius Garland. He's clearly the best player of the team and the guy that needs to be the leader.
Clearly?
Oh, he's clearly the best player.
I think clearly
right now.
No argument there. I mean, I don't know what you're looking at, BJ, but yeah, clearly.
Okay, I'll get to that.
Yeah, let him rebuttal.
Let's not. No, I'm joking.
But so he's the best player. He's the leader. Colin Sexton was diminishing Garland because he was keeping the ball out of his hands. And Colin Sexton, let's just be honest, he's like a Vinnie Johnson. Hey, I'm going back to y'all time. He's like a Vinnie Johnson.
Yeah, microwave.
He's a guy that just want to come in and get buckets. Darius Garland knows, not 100% fully, but Darius Garland knows how to involve his big man, get the ball to a guy that's hot. Oh, I can take my own shot right now. Y'all struggling? Reminds me of Chauncey Billups with the Pistons. Just a smart floor general. And that's what Darius Garland is. And Colin Sexton, I don't think the max would be worth it, especially if the rest of this year and in the playoffs, Caris LeVert fits in seemingly. Then it just, try to trade him, or I don't know if you will be able to, because like I said, he'll be a restricted free agent. But hey, just cut your losses.
Let me just say one more thing, because you just reminded me. The Cavs this season remind me a lot of the Detroit Pistons when they won the championship against the Lakers that had Gary Payton and Karl Malone and Shaq and Kobe.
Oh, really?
They were like a no-name team. It was like a bunch of no-names that just like gelled together, but the next year everybody was all-stars and everybody knew everybody's name. But the year before, it was like, who is this Detroit Pistons team and why are they beating everybody? You know what I'm saying? So that's what the Cavs remind me of. Okay, I'm done. I already talked.
That's really lofty right there.
Dr. Legend, go ahead.
Hey, BJ, the one with the rebuttal. Let him go.
Let him go last.
All right, cool. I'm gonna put my business cap on here and think. I think business here, right? I feel like if the Cavs would have got rid of Colin Sexton, they would have did already. First of all, I don't think Caris LeVert impacts Colin Sexton being here or not. I think Colin Sexton being hurt is one of the driving factors that brought Caris LeVert here. Colin Sexton and Ricky Rubio getting injured forced us to, obviously play with deficiencies because we needed another ball handler that can create shots for themselves as well as teammates. Colin Sexton's lacked in that department as far as creating shots for teammates. However, he was really good at creating shots for himself. Now, the addition of Caris LeVert, it doesn't spell Colin Sexton for me alone. That doesn't spell Colin Sexton for me because I'm thinking business-wise here. So I think since Colin Sexton is a restricted free agent, the Cavs obviously still want him here, or else he wouldn't be here. I think what the Cavs are trying to do is to see what the market is for him. Colin Sexton will be getting offers from other teams, and it will be more so of, can we match that offer or not? Can we have a conversation with Colin Sexton, and do we think based on that conversation, can we win ball games as effective like we did without him? Is he willing to come off the bench? I know previous coaches said he's not willing to come off the bench. He believes to start in the league, but that's he say, hearsay, or whatever. A lot of players have said, that's happened with a lot of players, and they've been coming off the bench. I think it's just a wait and see approach with Colin Sexton and the Cavs. Will they be able to match a contract that's favorable to them and keep Colin Sexton around? Because it's good. It will be beneficial for the Cavs to be able to hold on to Colin Sexton and give him that extra playmaker on the floor, whether it's starting or whether it's coming off the bench at a 6-man. And as far as Colin Sexton holding Garland back, I believe that, but not entirely. I don't think Garland was ready at the moment, and Garland just happened to take off because he had no other choice or whatever. When Sexton went down, it was just him. He was just thrust into that point guard role to where this is my offense. Yeah. So I think it would have happened eventually, where Garland would have took over the offense and got guys involved or whatever. It was just a matter of getting comfortable. He had an injury coming into the league or whatever, had a couple issues first couple years or whatever. And then, he was struggling with his shot at first. A lot of factors that played into why Garland really wasn't being effective. So I thought it was just a matter of time, sans Sexton, that he would have got it together. So I think the Caris LeVert addition doesn't really have that much of an effect on what the Cavs do with Sexton. I think it's just a wait and see in an offseason of what happens in the restricted free agency realm. More likely might be a sign and trade, or they might be able to get him on a nice little deal.
Okay.
Money talks, BS walks. I mean, and so with that being said, Caris LeVert just felt the need because of Colin Sexton being hurt, because of Ricky Rubio being hurt. If neither one of those were hurt, I don't think we'll be talking about Caris LeVert being on his team right now. But we were flirting even before they went down, so it's kind of hard to say.
Right.
Yeah, I say LeVert was on the
right. They were flirting him
anyway,
but they didn't feel that pressure to go get him until them two got hurt. Go ahead.
So I kind of sort of understand what you're saying, I guess. But the ultimate, I just needed a for sure decision. What do you think the Cavs are going to do? We understand it's a business decision. I am leaning towards the business decision being Colin Sexton's gone. So I said, just like what Murray said, deuces. And I believe you're right. He's a restricted free agent this year, which means he can go test the waters. And unless we match it, he's gone. Maybe they try to pull a trade off maybe before tomorrow at 3. I doubt that happens because with his injury, people want to go
it's over.
The great thing is that we are in a position, like you said, to do the best decision that we can for the Cavs. They don't have to trade him, and they will be under the salary cap so that they possibly can sign him depending on what he might get. I think they'll be about $24 million under the cap or something.
No, they over the cap
now, but I think because of this, I forget. I got to go back and do the research. But my point is, I think they could wait. But because he's a restricted free agent, means either you're going to match it or he's gone.
Right.
And chances are with the players that we have and with Caris LeVert being here, this team needs scoring, and he provided a scorer. I don't think they're going to match that offer, and I think he will bounce. They probably could try to trade him because of that, so get something for him. But I think he's out in the summer.
So I
don't think they'll match it. Is what I'm saying.
So I think they'll match it depending on how much it is. If it's in the realm of a dollar figure that they're willing to spend on him, because remember last offseason they were talking about they wanted to spend around 80 million on him. He wanted 100 million. They said no, we're not giving you 100 million. So we already know they're not giving him 100 million. I don't think another team, especially with him being injured now, I don't think a team's going to give him $100 million.
Well, they can't because it's called the bird rights. We can offer him the most money.
Correct.
But they got like tiers. What tiers does he fall under though? Like, is he eligible to get that kind of money?
No, he's not eligible to get no super max or nothing like that. Absolutely not. He would have to make like all NBA or All-Star game stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Even so, if the Cavs, like you said, Deiron, if the Cavs, like if somebody like a Washington or somebody offer him a contract and it's a max, it's not going to be what our max would be. It would be considerably less, obviously, because it's another team offering them that.
So my last thing is, because I got to come back and address this. Did y'all say it was clear that Darius Garland is the best player on the Cavs?
No. What they said,
is exactly what you said
was Darius Garland is clearly the leader on the team, not the best player.
I said he was the best player.
No. I said both. No. I said both. I said best player and the leader.
Okay. Yeah. The word clearly is what.
Yeah, clearly.
It is not clearly. Because what is the Cavs known for in this league?
Defense.
Their defense.
Yeah.
Who's the anchor of that defense?
Jared Allen and Evan Mobley.
Jared Allen.
Not just Jared Allen.
It's not just Jared Allen.
I'm just saying he is one of the anchors of our defense. And he got snubbed for the All-Star team.
He did get snubbed. But don't do Evan Mobley like that. Don't do Evan Mobley like that.
They ain't called Tower City for no reason.
I got you. My point is they are both great. I don't want to say the word great and good because that term gets mixed up sometimes. They are both about equally as good. Yeah, Colin Sexton may have it, not Colin Sexton, Darius Garland may have him by a slight edge, but it is not clear because had Darius Garland been snubbed for the All-Star game and Jared Allen got in, would y'all have cried? You would have probably said Darius Garland got snubbed.
I think Darius Garland was the first Cav that should have been taken. Yeah.
Darius Garland is the correlation to our success. I mean, without Darius Garland, who getting the ball to Jared Allen?
I get what you're saying. We're talking about Jared Allen. I get what you're saying about the defense, but like they saying, if we played this, if it flip flop and Colin Sexton stayed healthy and Darius Garland was out for the year, Jared Allen wouldn't be getting these same situations with Sexton because he wouldn't be throwing oops to him and looking for him like that because he's looking to score first.
But here's a rebuttal for you.
I think we're talking like right now, and I mean there's a potential for Mobley to be an all-star, to be a legend too. But right now, Darius Garland is
clearly like it's right going away. No,
it's clear.
But BJ,
Why is it not clear to you?